Welcome to Know It All, a place to connect with researchers to answer all questions on health, science, technology, business, culture, and more. This episode on what was the Impressionist movement was created for you by Blair. In this topic, Know It All will answer: what was the Impressionist movement? Who were some Impressionist artists? Why were Impressionists rejected? What were some of the techniques the Impressionist artists were using? Where can I see Impressionist art? The Impressionists were a group of painters who began painting in the late 1800s. They are known for their short, quick brushstrokes and light colors. The name Impressionism comes from a painting by Claude Monet called Impression, Sunrise, 1872. The word impression means a brief or first look at something. The Impressionists wanted to capture an image as it appeared in real life, often outdoors. They believed that art should be about capturing light and color, not creating detailed images. Many of them were rejected by the official French Art Academy because their style was considered too different from traditional art at the time. Despite this, they continued to paint and eventually gained popularity with both critics and the public alike. Some well-known paintings from this period include Renoir's Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette, 1876, Manet's Olympia, 1863, and Monet's Water Lilies series, 1899–1914. The core group of Impressionist artists included Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, Alfred Sisley, Frédéric Bazille, Camille Pissarro, and Berthe Morisot. They were later joined by Paul Cézanne and Georges Seurat. Although these painters all worked in different manners, Monet favored landscapes while Renoir tended towards portraiture. They shared an interest in capturing fleeting moments and documenting modern life through their artwork. Despite their innovative techniques and fresh perspective, the Impressionists were initially met with criticism and rejection from both the public and fellow artists. Many people simply couldn't understand or appreciate their work, viewing it as unfinished or amateurish. The traditionalists saw them as rebels who were destroying the time-honored rules of art. It wasn't until later on that appreciation for Impressionism began to grow, particularly in America where there was less resistance to change. These days, they are widely celebrated as some of the most influential artists in history. An important characteristic of Impressionist paintings is that they are often painted outdoors, en plein air. This allowed the artists to better capture natural lighting conditions, something that had previously been difficult to do indoors under artificial lights. Impressionist artists were using a number of different techniques to create their art. One technique was to use light and color to create an impression of the subject matter. This was done by painting in a manner that would allow light to bounce off the surface and create an illusion of movement. Another technique used by these artists was called pointillism, which involved using small dots of color instead of brushstrokes to create an image. These dots would then be blended together by the viewer's eye, creating the illusion of a larger image. Finally, many Impressionists also used irregular brushstrokes in order to give their paintings a more naturalistic look. If you're a fan of Impressionist art, then you'll be happy to know that the Musée d'Orsay in Paris has one of the largest collections of such artwork in the world. You can see paintings by Monet, Renoir, Degas, and other famous artists from this time period. The museum also has a wide variety of sculptures, photos, and other objects on display. Thank you for listening. For more answers to questions on health, science, technology, business, culture, and more, don't forget to subscribe to Know It All.